In this video tutorial, we will discuss the concept of a master or global setting as it relates to the application of tempo and pitch change. When we talk about a global or a master setting, what we mean is that before you insert any loop points on the waveform file, if you change the pitch or the tempo, that change will be applied to the entire song. So it will be applied globally, if you will. After you've applied that change, let's say we change it by a full step here. So we've applied a full step change to the entire song. Now, let's say we go in here and we set loop points here and we set loop points here. And let's say within this loop area we want to change the pitch by an octave. And in this loop point here, let's say we want to change the tempo down to 50%. We can do that. And so now what happens is we have the entire song, except for these areas that are defined by these loop points. The entire song shows that the pitch has been changed by a full step or two half steps, anywhere we click outside of these loop areas. So we've applied that change in a global sense to the entire file. But once we set these individual loops up, we're able to further change those loop areas without changing what we've already done globally. So within this loop area here, we have the ability to change something by a full octave. In this area here, we still retain the pitch change of only 2 because it was part of the global change that we made earlier before we actually set up this individual loop. So it still is 2, but we changed the tempo on this 50%. And again, if you'll remember, once you click outside of this, the tempo was at 100%. So that's the concept of a global application of pitch and tempo versus sort of these local changes, and the local changes occur within an individual loop. So that concludes this video on master or global settings.